Is Kawhi proving he's the best player in the world right now?
No, he's proven he's the best player in this series. He's proven he's a superstar. But that, him performing against Milwaukee doesn't mean to me that he's better than a Kevin Durant. That's just how I feel about it. Kawhi, no doubt, has been sensational. But let's also look at the Milwaukee Bucks and wonder what the hell has happened to them. They were number one in offensive and defensive efficiency this season. They've been a shell of themselves when it comes to the last 3 games of this series. Ever since Nick Nurse has made the transition of putting Kawhi Leonard on the Greek freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and then topping that off by suffocating the lane and basically turning him into pretty much a perimeter player for the most part, unless he's mugged in the paint. The reality is it's completely stymied Milwaukee's offense, and it's compromised them defensively. Giannis gets into the lane more often than not. He's getting fouled. He's missing some of these free throws. He's not converting in the lane the way he's accustomed to doing so. He's also your primary playmaker. Even though he's a good playmaker, he's not a great one yet. And so you look at it from that perspective, guys that were getting open shots during the regular season, Mirotic and Brook Lopez and Ilyasova and all of these guys. That's not happening right now. You're getting the Toronto Raptors to get out on the wing and contest these shots. And as a result, what we're learning is there are really no playmakers. Malcolm Brogdon could create his own shot. Bledsoe can't hit a perimeter shot when it counts. Other guys can't hit contested shots for the most part. And Giannis can't get them free shots because even though the attention he still attracts, it's a little bit different now because Kawhi is able to neutralize him on his dribble penetration. And as a result, he can't get into the teeth of defenses the way he was doing all regular season long. And because of that, it's really, really compromised them, and it's made them second-guess themselves. It's made them a bit tight and tentative offensively. And as a result, you can see their frustrations on the defensive side of the ball because they look a little different, a little desperate. And I think that's what's happened.
Look at your eyelids. You could see this man is not getting enough sleep. That's why you're missing the big story here, Stephen A. Smith. Standing on these customs lines, getting in and out of Sports Center all hours of the day.
You're absolutely right. I'm not getting enough sleep.
That's right.
I confess
and so
that.
you are not thinking straight on this issue. Let me explain. This is real easy. Here's the big picture. Kawhi Leonard is proving right now that the rankings of the constellation of stars in the basketball universe is rearranging. Kawhi 1, LeBron 2. LeBron James he put down the baton because he didn't make the postseason. Who wanted to pick it up? Now, I always contended when Kawhi was last healthy, he was the second best player in the world, in fact, because his offense had risen to almost KD levels, but his defense was better than everyone in the world, and he was up 23 points on the Hampton 5 squad, right, that couldn't be beaten. The 73-win team that added Durant was stormed through everyone. And it wasn't the Rockets last year. This was 2 years ago when no one could touch the Warriors. They couldn't whiff them, right? Except the Spurs were up 23 at the half. And then Kawhi got hurt, and then they got swept. Kawhi Leonard, at that moment, I thought, that's the second best player in the world to LeBron. He's going to pass LeBron one day because, by the way, KD's over 30. Kawhi's 27. Kawhi's in his prime. And this year, he got healthy, and he had a near MVP season, not quite. And then the playoffs started. And look where they were when KD went down. A more efficient, at least field goal percentage, three-point percentage, Kawhi Leonard. Offensive rating very similar. KD with a slight edge in offensive rating. But Kawhi is the superior defensive player, and you have to consider the context in which these two guys accumulated those numbers. KD is left alone. One guy on KD, which is a joke because KD could score on 2 guys. But one guy, because you can't leave Steph Curry or Klay Thompson. As opposed to Kawhi, the entire defense is focused on Kawhi. And KD, everyone thought, he's playing best in the playoffs. No, in fact, he was playing second best to Kawhi. Now, what's happened since then? KD got hurt, hasn't played. Kawhi also got hurt. Not like KD. I don't think it's an Achilles, and I still think that's what KD is suffering with, some kind of Achilles something. No. But Kawhi is clearly hurt. You can watch the way he moves, and he's matched up on the Greek freak. I thought Giannis was about to prove he's the best player in the world. It's a size mismatch against Kawhi. But no, it's Kawhi giving it to him. It's Giannis, not quite in his prime yet, against Kawhi in his full glory right now, in his prime. Not just physically, but even the mental game. Kawhi was never a great passer, right? He was last night even his hooking up his teammates is changing. He's not just like a two-guard who's going to score the ball. He's actually creating quality shots for teammates. Stephen A. doing it all hurt. Have you seen the defensive numbers, Kawhi on Giannis? Giannis per 100 possessions is half as effective when Kawhi is on him than when the second best defender on Giannis is on him in the NBA, who's Blake Griffin. He's twice as effective as the number 2 guy, not the average, not in the league, then the number 2 guy defensively on Giannis. He now has a 3-2 advantage on a superior team. Just won a road game, giving you, 36, 9, 7, and 2 steals? Kawhi Leonard is proving right now. James Harden, you want it? No, you don't want it? Freak, you want it? May not be ready? Who wants it? LeBron's not there to show that it's him. KD was after it, but actually Kawhi was a little better, and now KD can't play. Kawhi Leonard is proving it right now.
All right, enough's enough. Yes, I'm sleepy. Yes, I'm tired. All of that is true. But I'm still awake enough to recall that just 48 hours ago, you were saying the best player in the world conversation was being decided in this series between Kawhi and the Greek Freak. Yeah. Now you don't even have the Greek Freak in the top 2 just 48 hours later. That's number 1. Number 2, you're big about bringing up years past. Like when we talk about Golden State, you talk about 4 years ago or whatever. Well, guess what? 3 years ago, Kawhi Leonard was the Defensive Player of the Year. It was 2016. The Spurs were 67-15. They were 40-1 at home. And who did he lose to in the playoffs? KD.